Now, most welcome all students of Standard 9. Now, dear students, this is the second video of this chapter, The Sound of Music. As you know, students, in that first video, we already discussed that's nature of this chapter. There are the two parts, part first and part second. In part first, we already discussed about that's Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it by Deborah Cowley. And in second video, we already discussed Sehnai of Bismillah Khan. Okay, students. So already in the first video, we discussed that's a theme of this chapter and that's the title of this chapter. Okay, students. Now in this video, we discuss about that's a summary of the story of this chapter. Okay, students. Here now, students. As you know, this is a lesson giving inspirations to those who are physically handicapped. In this lesson, the author has shown how handicapped persons are to face trouble and difficulties in their life. Most of them make a compromise with their destiny. They accept their handicapped life and take to begging or some other lawless activities. But some persons being handicapped do not give to it, and they struggle hard, they fight it hard, and they rise themselves to a high position in life. To them, life handicapped life is not a curse but a boon. A small girl of 11 years, a small girl, Evelyn Glennie, gets her hearing capacity totally killed, but she does not give to it. She struggles hard activities and learn the music. She becomes the most sensational music star in the world. She becomes a figure of inspirations for disabled people. So this is very inspirable story, and every person's must to read it. Okay, students. Now let's start the summary of this chapter. Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. Oh, this is an amazing title. That's a person who is unable to listen, but uh, they, mm, they are star in the field of music. Wow, that's really great. So here starts little girl a Evelyn at Royal Academy of Music. Rush hour. Cow crowds post for place on the underground train platform. A little girl of about 17 was nervous for the coming train. It was her first day at the famous Royal Academy of Music in London. She was deaf, so she was facing a bigger challenge in life. Evelyn deafness detected. Evelyn Glennie was from Scotland. She lost her hearing gradually. Her mother saw it when 11 was 8 years old. Evelyn hid this growing weakness from her friends and teachers. By 11, her marks lessened. The headmistress told her mother to take her to a specialist. It was known that her hearing loss was due to gradual nerve damage. She was advised to wear a hearing aid. Dear students, hearing aid. So hearing aid, that's an instrument through which we rise the volume. Okay, so that's a very amazing title of the story. Yeah, so and we also already discussed in the first video what that's a title and that's a theme. Okay, and that's a very appropriate title of this chapter. Okay, so she is not she is by birth she is deaf, but gradually she become deaf. How Evelyn hears? Okay, now here, but Evelyn was determined to lead a normal life. No doubt somebody suggests them, now you admit uh, Evelyn in that's some handicapped schools. But Evelyn decide and determined to lead a normal life. She wanted to pursue her interest in music. Okay, now so that's a person who is unable to listen, but she like music, and she select the field of music. So that's really very amazing. One day she saw a girl playing xylophone. Xylophone, you also search this xylophone on internet. So this is very amazing, and that's a very melodious sounds that's created. She too decided to play it. Ron Forbes recognized Evelyn's talent in it. He told her to listen it not through ears but sense it some other way. Evelyn said that suddenly she could feel the higher and lower drums differently. She could also sense certain notes in different parts of her body. She could open her mind and body to different sounds. Evelyn heights of success. That's the next point. She never looked back. She toured the United Kingdom with her youth orchestra. 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 She had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music in London by playing the xylophone. There she scored the highest in its history. See, not that's only a good talented. She also scored the highest in its history. She moved from orchestra work to solo performance. After her 3 years course, she had got most of the top awards. Evelyn World's Most Wanted multi percussionist. Dear students, she is not profound of her achievements. She says that if one knows one's goal, one can get it. If you knows one's goal, one can get it. She is now at the top. She is the world's most wanted multi-percussionist. Dear students, this is an instrument, a drum. Okay, she has mastery over 1,000 instruments. She is not that's a single percussionist. She also got the mastery over 1,000 instruments. Okay, but she is unable to listen. But she feel the music. She feel the music. At these times, that's plants. Have that's no ear, but they also feel music. Evelyn's hearing the music. Without hearing, she functions with ease. She speaks fluently with a Scottish lid. She learned French and mastered basic Japanese also. Evelyn's hearing the music. She says that music powers it in through every part of her body. So every part of Evelyn's feel the music at times. She plays the xylophone. She can sense the sound passing in her fingertips. She feels the sound of the drums when she learns to them on them. She removes her shoes on a wooden platform. She does so to feel the vibration in her body. So in the first time, yes, she wear the shoes. So after wearing the shoes, they can't feel it. Yeah, but she remove the shoes, removes her shoes on a wooden platform. Then after she feel the vibrations in her body. Okay, so how God had blessed Evelyn. In 1991, she was awarded the Soloist of the Year award. It is, it is the most famous award of Royal Philharmonic Society. Master percussionist James Blatz says that God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her something extraordinary. Evelyn as inspirations for the handicapped. Evelyn says that she is a workaholic. She has to work more harder than classical musicians. She gives regular concerts. She also gives free concerts in schools and hospitals. She gives priority to young musicians and ritualing of the Beethoven found fund for deaf children says that Evelyn is a signing inspirations for deaf children. Evelyn a source of pleasure also. Evelyn has brought percussionists to the front of the orchestra. She is an inspiration to the handicapped. She has given great pleasure to millions. So dear, so this is very inspirable story, and especially for those who are handicapped and they almost time curse on luck, on destiny. But here she proved that destiny is in our hand. If you are a hard worker, then everything is possible in this world. At this time, that's our news. You also hear it in Hyderabad. That's a lady who is totally blind, but she be a IPS officer. So that's a IPS officer is totally blind. So that's a and she is also very good in that in their field. So handicapped that's a not a obstacles. If that's you are a hard worker, so everything is possible in the world. Okay, students. So I hope that you understand of this story and you follow it also and you get the message from these chapters. Okay, students. So I once again request each and every students to note down this summary. And at last, we discussed that's a message of that Evelyn Glennie. Bioskis gives us the message that handicaps may be countered problems, may be overcome, and aspirations can be realized. If one is firmly resolved and confident, those who do learn to overcome hardships certainly achieve and highest goals. There is always a way out of the challenges of life. Only one has to trace the way and adhere to it with unstaggering faith in one's abilities. So if you know the path, so everything is possible. Okay, students.